Hi friends, my name is Dambara, and I want to talk to you about chanting, what it is and why the heck it's a good thing to do. Why do you want to chant? What's it all about? Have you ever been in love? Have you ever just felt so much feeling welling up from you towards a person or something that is so lovely that you just can't think of anything else? And it fills you. It lifts you up. It warms you. You want to give expression to it somehow. And that's what chanting is. And in this case, it's expressing our love for the divine. And the reason it's such an effective thing to do is that music has a way of just bypassing all the thought processes and all the rationalizations and just going straight to our heart. Those of you that are no longer teenagers probably remember a whole lot of music from that era that was very much associated with all those important feelings that were going on at that time. Those of you that are teenagers perhaps have a lot of that music in your repertoire right now. Chanting is music that we're making love to God by expressing that music that just comes through us, just pours through our heart. Yogananda said, chanting is half the battle. Now, why am I mixing love with battle? When we're expressing devotion, we're trying to give ourselves completely to it and not be distracted by all the restless thoughts, all the memories of what happened during the day, all the worries about what may happen in the future. Just like we're in the presence of a loved one, we're just with them, completely focused on them. There's nothing but the present moment. We're just completely still and silent, and there's perfect joy and perfect peace in that. That's what we want to do with chanting. Chanting brings us to that point of stillness where God is experienced. Yogananda said, where motion ceases, God begins. Chanting helps bring us to that point. Like all music, it helps just corral our emotions. It just reaches out, grabs them, and gives them a direction. So we usually want to begin chanting energetically to engage our feelings and move them in the same direction. But then we want to move them up. And that's what chanting is designed to do, to lift those feelings up through our heart, through our highest aspirations, through our love for the divine, out through the spiritual eye, the place where we focus when we meditate. And we don't do that all at once, perhaps, but little by little, we go from kind of loud chanting, or at least engaged, active, enthusiastic chanting, to more and more inward, where we just let the energy relax inward and upward inside. And then it gets quieter and quieter. And just like, again, in the presence of a loved one, at a certain point, there's no more words to say. Just being in that presence is enough. So chanting brings us to that place so effectively. Perhaps you'll find that in the course of chanting, in just allowing yourself to get more and more engaged in your inner feelings and offering them up to the divine, losing yourself in the contemplation of the divine, that you get to that place where there's complete stillness, there's no need for anything else. You're completely satisfied, you're completely joyous to being in the presence of the divine beloved. And that's what meditation is all about. Chanting gets us there so effectively. So give it a try and offer yourself into it and see what happens. Yoga is all about trying things that others have found effective in the search for God and proving them for yourself and seeing whether they're true or not. God bless you in your efforts.